She punched herself in the eye and dialed 911. "I'm telling them you beat me unless you sign over the house." I replied, "Smile for the camera." I pointed to the hidden nanny cam recording the whole thing. When the police arrived, they didn't arrest me. They Baker acted her for psychiatric evaluation. 3 years. That's how long Jessica and I were together before she tried to destroy my life on a Tuesday afternoon in March. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up. Jessica moved into my house 18 months into our relationship. Not because I invited her to live there, because her roommate got engaged and wanted the apartment for her and her fiancé. Jessica needed a place fast. I said she could crash with me temporarily while she found something else. Temporary became permanent when she just never looked for another place. The house is mine. Bought it 6 years ago in a decent suburb outside Tampa, Florida. Mortgage in my name only. She wasn't on any paperwork, paid nothing toward the mortgage. We split utilities and groceries because those were ongoing expenses we both used. But the house that was mine before her and stayed mine during her, she worked as an office manager, made decent money, could have afforded her own place. But why pay rent when you can live mortgage-free in someone else's house? I work construction project manager for a commercial building company. Make good money enough to carry the mortgage. Save, invest. The house is in a good neighborhood. 3-bedroom, 2-bath worth about $420,000 now. I paid $310,000 for it. Built solid equity. Jessica knew this. Talked about it often. This house is worth so much now. You're sitting on a gold mine. If you ever sold, you'd make a fortune. I'd tell her I wasn't selling. It was my home, my investment, my security. She didn't like that answer. About 4 months ago, things shifted. She started making comments about our house and our investment. I'd correct her. My house, my investment. She'd get upset. I live here too. That makes it ours. You live here. You don't own here. There's a difference. That's cold. That's reality. Your name isn't on anything. You don't pay the mortgage. You're essentially a tenant who doesn't pay rent. I'm your girlfriend, not a tenant. Then act like a girlfriend who appreciates free housing instead of one who thinks she's entitled to property she didn't buy. These conversations happen maybe once a week. Always the same. She'd push. I'd shut it down. She'd sulk. Then 2 months ago, she started talking about marriage. Out of nowhere. We'd never discussed it before. Suddenly it was when we get married instead of if. When we get married, will you put my name on the house? We're not engaged. But when we are, Jessica, we've never even talked about getting married. We've been together 3 years. We live together. That's basically married. No, it's not. Other couples our age are engaged. Good for them. She didn't like that either. 3 weeks ago, she proposed to me. Got down on one knee with a ring and everything. I said no. Not because I'm against marriage, but because she proposed for the wrong reasons. She wanted the house. She said as much during the proposal. If we're married, the house becomes community property. We'll truly be partners. I stood there looking at her on one knee, holding a ring, talking about community property. That's why you're proposing for the house, for us, for our future. The house is part of that. Get up. Is that a yes? That's a no. Get up. She stayed on one knee. You're saying no? I'm saying you're proposing to a house, not a person. So yes, no. She stood through the ring box at me. Missed, you're unbelievable. You just proposed to me for equity and property. I'm not the unbelievable one here. She slept on the couch that night. And the next few nights, we barely spoke. 2 weeks ago, she moved back into the bedroom. But things were cold. She'd make comments. Must be nice to own property. Some people know how to share. I guess I'm just temporary. I ignored it. Figured she'd get over it or move out. Either worked for me. 1 week ago, I installed security cameras. Not because of Jessica, because my neighbor got broken into and it spooked me. I put cameras outside covering the driveway and front door. Put one in the living room covering the main area and front entrance. Nothing in bedrooms or bathrooms, just common areas. The cameras are small, blend into the decor. One looks like a smoke detector. One's hidden in a bookshelf behind some books. They record continuously to cloud storage. Motion-activated notifications on my phone. I didn't tell Jessica about them. Didn't think I needed to. They're in my house. My property. My security decision. That was Tuesday of last week. This Tuesday, everything exploded. I came home from work around 5:30 p.m. normal time. Jessica's car was in the driveway. Normal. I walked in through the front door. Jessica was standing in the living room. Looked agitated. She'd been home since 3 p.m. according to her usual schedule. We need to talk. I set down my keys. About what? About us? About this house? About our future, Jessica? We've had this conversation. No. We've had your decision. I haven't had a say. You've had plenty of say. I've just disagreed with you. That's not fair. Life's not fair. I bought this house. It's mine. You living here doesn't change the deed. She crossed her arms. What if I wanted to buy in, pay you for half the equity? You don't have that kind of money. What if I did? You don't. And even if you did, I'm not selling you half my house. So, I'm just supposed to live here at your mercy. No security, no ownership. You're supposed to appreciate free housing or find your own place. Those are your options. Her face changed. Something cold moved across it. There's another option, which is you could just give me the house. I laughed. Couldn't help it. Give you my house? The one I've paid on for 6 years? The one worth $420,000. Just give it to you. Sign it over as a gesture of good faith. You've lost your mind. I'm serious. So am I. That's the stupidest thing you've ever said. And you once asked me if microwaves give you cancer while eating Hot Pockets. Don't mock me. Don't ask me to sign over $500,000 in property for nothing. She stared at me. You really won't do it? Not in a million years. Even if I asked nicely, you could beg and the answer would still be no. She nodded slowly. Okay, then I'll make you. Make me? How exactly? She walked to the kitchen, came back with her phone. Last chance. Sign over the house. Get out of my house, Jessica. Your house for now. She raised her phone. Started recording video. Stop. Don't come near me. I wasn't moving. I was still standing by the door where I'd been the whole conversation. Jessica, what are you doing? I said, stop. Get away from me. I'm not near you. I'm 10 feet away. She lowered the phone. Looked at me. Last chance. The house or this gets ugly. Are you threatening me? I'm giving you options. Get out of my house. She smiled. Not a happy smile. A scary one. Wrong answer. Then she punched herself in the face. Not a light tap. A full punch. Right eye. Closed fist. I heard the impact. Jesus Christ. What the hell? She hit herself again. Same eye. Harder. Her eye immediately started swelling, turning red. Are you insane? She looked at me. Eye already bruising. Smiled again, then screamed. Stop hitting me. Please stop. I froze. What? She screamed louder. Someone help me. He's hitting me. I didn't move. Couldn't process what was happening. She pulled out her phone again, dialed 911, put it on speaker. 911. What's your emergency? Jessica's voice changed. Crying. Panicked. My boyfriend is beating me. Please send help. I'm at 4782 Oakmont Drive. Please hurry. He's going to kill me. The operator started asking questions. Jessica interrupted. Please just send someone. I'm scared. He's so angry. She hung up, looked at me, back to her normal voice, smiled. I'm telling them you beat me unless you sign over the house. Police will be here in about 5 minutes. You have that long to decide. Do it and I'll tell them it was a misunderstanding. Don't do it and you're going to jail for domestic violence. Your choice. I stood there. My brain was screaming. This couldn't be real. This wasn't happening. You're framing me. I'm giving you an option. The house or your freedom. Decide fast. You just assaulted yourself on a 911 call. They'll never know that. They'll show up, see my face, see me crying, see you standing over me. Who do you think they'll believe? This is insane. This is business. The house. Now sign it over and I drop the charges. I haven't been charged with anything. You will be in about 4 minutes. Make your choice. My phone was in my pocket. I could call my lawyer, but police were coming. This was happening fast. Too fast. Then I remembered the cameras. You want the house that bad? I want what I deserve. What you deserve. 3 years. I deserve something for 3 years. You deserve a psychiatric evaluation. Funny. Sign the papers. I have them ready right here. She pulled folded papers from her back pocket. Pre-printed quitclaim deed forms already filled out with my name and hers. Just needed signatures and notarization. She'd planned this. This wasn't spontaneous. She thought this through. Either had a notary lined up or was planning to forge it. How long have you been planning this? Since you said no to my proposal, sign it. No. Then you're going to jail. They're going to arrest you. You lose your job, your reputation, everything. All because you're too stubborn to share. I could hear sirens in the distance. Getting closer. Last chance, she said. Sign or suffer. I looked at her bruised eye, at her smug face, at the papers in her hand. Then I smiled. What's funny? She asked. Smile for the camera. What? I pointed to the bookshelf. Right there behind the blue book. That's camera 1. Then I pointed to the ceiling. Smoke detector above you. Camera 2. They've been recording this whole time. Every word, every action. You punching yourself. You threatening me. The 911 call. All of it. Her face went white. You're blowing up. Nope. Motion activated. Cloud storage already uploaded. You punched yourself and threatened me on camera in high definition with audio. She looked at the bookshelf at the ceiling. Back to me. You're lying. Am I? Wanna bet your freedom on it? Sirens were right outside now. Red and blue lights flashing through the windows. Delete them. Delete the videos. Can't. Cloud storage already saved. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't delete them fast enough. Heavy knocking on the door. Police. Open up. Jessica looked at the door. At me at the cameras. She started crying. Real crying this time. You can't show them those. Watch me. More pounding. Police. Open the door now. I walked to the door. Opened it. 3 officers, 2 men, 1 woman. Hands on their belts. Ready. I'm the homeowner. I'm unarmed. My hands are visible. Where's the victim? One officer asked. Living room. But there's something you need to know. Sir, step aside. They moved past me. Saw Jessica. Saw her face, her swelling eye. The female officer went to her immediately. Ma'am, are you okay? Did he do this? Jessica looked at me, at the officers, at the cameras. She knew she was caught, but tried anyway. He hit me. I called for help. He hit me. The female officer turned to me. Sir, I need you to step outside. I understand, but first you need to see something. Sir, outside now. I have video evidence of what actually happened. She's lying. Jessica shook her head. He's lying. He beat me. Look at my face. One of the male officers took my arm. Let's go. Sir, check my security cameras, please. Before you arrest me, check them. The officer paused. You have cameras, interior and exterior, cloud-based, recorded everything that happened in the last 20 minutes. The female officer looked up. Show us. I pulled out my phone, opened the security app, pulled up the living room camera feed, selected the last 30 minutes, hit play. All 3 officers gathered around my phone. The video showed everything. Me coming home, the conversation, her threats, her punching herself twice, the screaming, the 911 call, the threat about jail signing the house over, the papers from her pocket, all of it. Crystal clear video, perfect audio. The officers watched in silence. When it ended, they looked at Jessica. She'd stopped crying, just stared at the floor. The female officer spoke first. Ma'am, did you falsely report domestic violence? No answer. Ma'am, I need you to answer. Did you injure yourself and call 911 to falsely accuse this man? Jessica's voice was tiny. I just wanted what I deserved. That's a yes or no question. Yes. The officer turned to me. Sir, do you want to press charges? Absolutely. They arrested her, Miranda writes. Handcuffs. The whole thing. She didn't resist, didn't say anything. Just cried as they walked her to the patrol car. One officer stayed behind to take my statement. Asked for copies of the videos with her. I sent them everything. Full footage from all cameras for the past 3 hours. Showed her coming home. Showed her alone in the house for 2 hours before I arrived. Showed everything. This is pretty clear cut. The officer said false report, attempted extortion. She's going to face serious charges. Good. You should contact a lawyer. Document everything. Keep all this footage backed up in multiple locations. Already done, smart man. Most domestic violence calls, we show up and it's he said, she said. Hard to prove anything. But this is clear as day. She planned it, had papers ready and everything. He looked at the quick claim deed papers still on the coffee table. Mind if I take these as evidence? Take them. He bagged them. You'll get a call from a detective. They'll want to interview you. Be honest. You've got nothing to hide. I know. After he left, I sat on my couch in my house, looking at where Jessica had stood an hour ago and tried to destroy my life. My phone rang. Unknown number. I answered, Is this the homeowner at 4782 Oakmont Drive? Yes, this is Dr. Pesh Malhotra from County General Hospital's Psychiatric Unit. I'm calling about Jessica Winters. What about her? She was brought in under a Baker Act. That's an involuntary psychiatric evaluation for individuals deemed a danger to themselves or others. The police officers who brought her in recommended it based on her self-harm and delusional behavior. Is she okay? She's physically stable. Mentally, she's being evaluated. I can't share details due to HIPAA, but I can tell you she'll be here for at least 72 hours for observation. Okay. Are you her emergency contact? No. And I don't want to be. Understood. We'll reach out to the contacts she provided. I'm calling you because your address is listed as her residence. She doesn't live here anymore. I'll make a note of that. Thank you. He hung up. I sat there for another hour. Didn't move. Couldn't quite process what had happened. My girlfriend of 3 years had just tried to frame me for domestic violence to steal my house. Got caught on camera. Got arrested. Got Baker acted. My phone buzzed. Text from my lawyer, a friend from college who does real estate law. I texted him during the police interviews. Man. You good? Yeah. She's arrested. Send me everything. Every video, every text, every conversation you remember about the house. Document it all. This is bad for her. Very. False reporting is a felony in this state. Attempted extortion. Self-harm to frame someone. She's looking at serious prison time. Good. I'll file an emergency restraining order tomorrow morning. Given the circumstances, false accusation, extortion attempt, self-harm, it should get approved fast. Keep her away from you and the property. Thanks. Also, change your locks tonight. All of them. She probably made copies of keys. I hadn't thought of that. On it. Called a 24-hour locksmith. Had every lock changed by 10 p.m. Cost $400. Worth every penny. Update. The next week, the detective called Thursday, interviewed me for 2 hours, went through every video, every text, every piece of evidence, took my statement, asked about our relationship, about money, about the house, about everything. She really thought this would work. He asked at one point. Apparently, most false accusers don't punch themselves on camera. Most false accusers don't know there are cameras. Lucky for you, unlucky for her. Very. He closed his notebook. We're charging her with filing a false police report, attempted extortion, and misuse of 911. The state attorney might add more charges. This is clear-cut. What's she looking at? Years, plural. Filing a false report of domestic violence is a third-degree felony here. Up to 5 years. Extortion is second-degree. Up to 15 years. Plus, the Baker Act evaluation might reveal more mental health issues that affect sentencing. So, she destroyed her life for a house she couldn't have. People do stupid things for property. I've seen worse, but not much dumber than this. The emergency restraining order got approved Friday. Given the violence and criminal charges, the judge granted it immediately. She couldn't come within 500 feet of me or my property. Couldn't contact me directly or through third parties by any means. Phone, text, email, social media, nothing. Violations meant immediate arrest. Saturday, her mom called me. You ruined my daughter's life. Your daughter tried to ruin mine first. She made a mistake. She committed multiple felonies. She was desperate. You wouldn't help her. Help her steal my house. She lived there. She deserved something. She deserved free housing for 18 months. That's what she got. You're heartless. Your daughter punched herself in the face and called 911 to frame me for a crime I didn't commit. Who's heartless? She hung up. Monday, Jessica got released from the psychiatric hold at County General. They'd evaluated her for 72 hours, determined she wasn't an immediate danger to herself, and cleared her medically. She was then transferred back into police custody on the pending criminal charges. She posted bail the same day, $25,000 bond. She paid $2,500 through a bondsman, according to public records I looked up later. Moved in with her mother immediately after release. Those mutual friends picked sides fast. Most sided with me once they heard what happened. The incident made local news. The details came out during her bail hearing, which is public record. Reporters described what was on the video without showing it. Jessica's reputation was destroyed. By Thursday, she'd been fired from her office manager job. Her employer's name was in the police report, and once the news coverage hit, they terminated her. Too much negative attention. Company didn't want the association. Wednesday of the following week, her lawyer contacted my lawyer. Wanted to discuss a plea deal. My lawyer called me. They're offering to plead guilty to reduced charges in exchange for dropping the extortion and false report charges. What reduced charges? Misuse of 911. Filing a false report as a misdemeanor instead of a felony. Maybe some probation and community service. No jail time. No. You sure? Trial could take a year or more. This wraps it up fast. I don't care. She tried to destroy my life. I want the felony charges. I want it on her record. I want consequences. Okay, I'll tell them no deal. Good. Thursday, 2 weeks after the incident, I got my house appraised. Not because I wanted to sell, because I wanted documentation of what she'd tried to steal. Appraiser valued it at $435,000, even higher than I thought. The house had appreciated $125,000 from my purchase price. Combined with the mortgage I'd paid down, I had $250,000 in total equity, $4 million. That's what she'd wanted, what she'd tried to extort. I sent the appraisal to the detective. More evidence of what was at stake. More proof of her motive. Friday, 3 weeks after everything, I went on a date. First one since Jessica. Woman named Claire. Met her through work. She knew about the situation. Everyone did. It had been in the local news. Small town. Word spreads. So, you're the guy with the cameras, she said over dinner. That's me. Smart move. Lucky move. I installed them a week before she tried this. Pure timing. Still, most guys wouldn't have thought of it. My neighbor got broken into. Spooked me. Best decision you ever made. Second best decision was saying no when she proposed. Claire laughed. She proposed to you for the house, not for me. I said no. That's what started this whole thing. Dodged a bullet. Dodged a felony charge. We had a good dinner. Talked about normal things. Work, hobbies, travel. Not about crazy ex-girlfriends who punch themselves. It was nice. Final update. 2 months later, trial got scheduled for next year. Jessica's lawyer tried 2 more times to negotiate a plea. My lawyer ran both by me. I said no both times. We're going to trial. Jessica's facing 3 felony charges and 2 misdemeanors. Maximum sentence is 20 years combined. She'll probably get less with no prior record, but she'll get something and she'll have a felony conviction that follows you forever. Her mom kept calling. I blocked the number. She started calling from other numbers. I blocked those too. Eventually, she gave up. Jessica tried to contact me through Instagram. Sent a long message about how sorry she was, how she wasn't thinking clearly, how she needed help, how she wanted to apologize in person. I screenshot it, sent it to my lawyer, sent it to the detective. Restraining order violation. She got a warning. No jail time, but documented violation. She stopped contacting me after that. The mutual friends who picked her side, they dropped her too once more details came out. Once they realized how premeditated it was, the papers, the planning, the timing, it wasn't a moment of desperation. It was calculated. Now she's basically alone except for her mom. No job, no friends, facing felony charges, living in her childhood bedroom at age 31. All because she wanted a house she didn't buy and didn't deserve. I'm doing fine. Still have my house, my job, my reputation intact. Started seeing Claire regularly. She's normal. Pays her own rent. Doesn't try to steal property. Sets a low bar, but apparently it's necessary. I kept the cameras up. Added more. Actually got cameras in every room except bathrooms and my bedroom, front yard, backyard, garage. If anyone steps on my property, I've got footage. Uploads to cloud storage immediately. Can't be deleted. Can't be tampered with. Paranoid maybe, but I sleep better knowing that if anyone ever tries something like that again, I've got evidence because apparently we live in a world where your girlfriend of 3 years might punch herself in the face and try to frame you for felonies to steal your house. The house is still mine, worth $435,000. Mortgage balance is $185,000. That's $250,000 in equity now. 20 more years of payments and it's paid off. My security, my investment, my retirement plan. Jessica's never getting a penny of it. Neither is anyone else who didn't earn it. Some people called me cold for pressing charges, for not accepting a plea deal, for not showing mercy. Said everyone makes mistakes. Said she was clearly having mental health issues. Said I should be compassionate. Here's what I said to them. She didn't make a mistake. She made a plan, bought papers, filled them out, waited for the right moment, executed it. The only mistake she made was not checking for cameras first. And mental health issues. Sure, maybe she has them. That's what the Baker Act evaluation was for. But mental health issues don't excuse felonies. They explain them. There's a difference. Compassion. I had compassion for 3 years. Let her live in my house mortgage-free. Split utilities. Treated her well. That's compassion. She repaid it by trying to destroy my life. So, no mercy. No deals. We're going to trial. She's facing consequences. That's justice. And my only regret, not installing those cameras sooner because who knows what else I would have caught. The cameras stay. The house stays mine. And anyone who thinks they can take either one can smile for the camera.